Hello friends, this is Worm and it's back. Hello friends, this is Worm and it's time for another episode of the Perk Forge, a series where we take a look at weak or underused perks in Destiny 2 and talk about how we could change them to potentially make them better. And on the menu for today, we've got Harmony here. You can ignore this, ignore Gut Shot Straight, which you can see on screen. We're talking about the one right below it, which is Harmony. Basically, Harmony states, upon readying a weapon within 3 seconds of getting a kill with a different weapon, you get plus 20% increased damage and plus 15 handling for 7 seconds. The buff persists through stow. Now, this is an interesting perk because I think inside PvP, this is actually a lot stronger than people give it credit for. I don't know if you've probably seen in some of my videos, but I use dual Harmony SMGs with Peacekeepers on Titan, and I have a lot of fun with that. Like, you're basically walking around with a free massive buff to your weapon's damage for getting kills. But inside PvE, this thing, I mean, I don't ever use it. I don't ever see people using it because I don't think it's all that good. And the reason why I think that it's not all that good is because it has a competition with a very popular perk, that being bait and switch. Bait and switch, of course, a little bit different pardon me, a little bit different than Harmony. Harmony requires you to get a kill with a different weapon and then switch to the weapon with Harmony to get damage boost. And then bait and switch just requires you to deal damage with all 3 weapon types, and you get a 30% damage boost, which is a lot bigger than a 20% damage boost. And I have, as I'm sitting here, contemplating this perk and I'm, what it would be used for and stuff like that, like, I can't help but wonder, why is it that bait and switch, which is arguably a lot easier to activate, why does it have a bigger damage boost than Harmony, right? I mean, and I think there are some arguments to be made. For example, with bait and switch, you have to deal damage, with your heavy weapon as well. So if you have a special ammo weapon with bait and switch, you have to, shoot a shot off bait and switch to your primary, and switch all these weapons around, kind of juggle with it. But Harmony doesn't require that. Harmony just requires one other weapon, but it does require a kill. You have to get a kill to actually activate the buffs that you get for Harmony. So I think that really, like, there's some trade-off here, but I think Harmony could be better in the grand scheme of things. And I think that really all we would need to do to Harmony to make it more viable inside the sandbox is increase the damage boost that you actually get. Bring it from 20% to, I would say, about 25%. And I mean, you could make an argument for bringing it up to 30%, which would match bait and switch. Bait and switch just requires you to deal damage with 2 weapons, or, Harmony would require you to get a kill with one other weapon. Like, bait and switch would still have its, area of expertise, but Harmony would be more viable in situations where there's a bunch of ads and stuff like that. Because bait and switch is typically thought of as a DPS weapon. Harmony, I think, would be more of an ad clear perk, I guess. But yeah, I think that increasing it to at least 25, but maybe even 30% to match bait and switch could see this perk go a long way. I know that inside PvP, that's a different story. We'll talk more about PvP in just a second, but inside PvE, like I said, like, Harmony's not really used all that much, and taking it up a notch in terms of its damage, so that has, a 7-second 30% damage boost just for getting a kill with another weapon. Then of course you could start seeing people pair, certain builds together, pair dual Harmony weapons together, plus have a bait and switch weapon for their heavy, so that all aspects of the, or all areas, I should say, of the game are covered. I think that could really benefit Harmony, and you'd see it a lot more, but it wouldn't make it necessarily overpowered. Like, Harmony, I think, occurs in that 4th column, which is more often than not where, subclass synergizing perks and other damage dealing perks and stuff are. But yeah, I think that Harmony, really all Harmony needs is it just needs that little damage boost to help to put it on par with bait and switch. Again, it's a very similar perk to bait and switch. It's not bait and switch, but it's very similar. So I think that it should have a comparable damage boost. And not only that, but Harmony is a shorter duration too. Bait and switch is 10 seconds. Harmony is only 7 seconds. So I think that, you could do that for Harmony and it would make it much better in the sandbox. But yeah, that's it for Harmony. Tell me your thoughts on the perk. How would you use it? Oh, let's talk about PvP for a second. I think in PvP, this weapon, this perk is completely fine. I don't think it needs any change inside PvP. And we know that Bungie historically has been able to tune things independently with PvE and PvP. I think in PvP, 20% is plenty more than enough. If you start going to 30%, I mean, you're looking at some lightning TTKs that can't be matched by like any regular primary. Even perks like Kill Clip wouldn't be able to match the speed at which you could kill people with Harmony. And then of course you could pair like, you know, dual SMGs with Harmony. Like I was saying, you know, dual, Out of Bounds and Unending Tempest, both of them with Harmony. You get a kill, switch to the other one, get a kill, switch to the other one. You're constantly running around with a massive damage boost, you know. Granted, that's on one class with one specific exotic, but I think that that could potentially be problematic. So inside PvP, I don't think I'd really mess with anything. It's just in PvE, increase that damage boost and you would see it used a lot more. But with that officially out of the way, tell me your thoughts on Harmony. Do you think it's a good perk? What am I missing here? Is there certain use case scenarios that's, like I said, I haven't thought about? Just tell me all that stuff in the comments. Of course, do me a favor, drop a like, helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe for more daily Destiny content, conversations, debates, discussions, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's it for me. I will see you on the next one, guys. Bye for now.